my Country Craft Corner. How in the whole world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is I'm going to finish my little fall tree. I've been doing some decorating on it, and I will show you the finished product at the end of the video. But first thing I'm going to do is make a funky bow swag, I think. So I got this idea a couple of lives ago, a couple of my Friday lives ago. We all got to talking about fall trees or about seasonal trees. And I was like, where in the world have I been that I haven't caught on to this little craze here? So, leave it to me to be a day late and a dollar short, but I'm coming in, I'm pulling up the rear on this idea, and I'm loving how it's turning out. What inspired me most about doing this tree was a garland, a fabric garland that Rich, who is a friend of mine on YouTube here, and I will give a link to his Instagram down in the description. He made me the most beautiful fabric garland and sent it to me all the way from the UK. So that is one thing, one element that is on my fall tree. So when you see this funky bow, you're gonna see all the elements that are displayed in that garland. And I'm so excited. So anyway, I'm not gonna yammer on here for too long because I do want to do a funky bow swag tutorial. So let me turn my camera and get it pointed in a good direction, and we're going to get started on this funky bow. 16 loop funky bow swag. Be right back in just a second. Okie dokie, I'm back. And another thing I wanted to point out to you, check out this beautiful fabric pumpkin. One of my lovely YouTube subbies sent me that in my P.O. box, and I will definitely give you a link to her Instagram page too, because she does sell her fabric pumpkins, and I'm sure she would be glad to make you some if you would like one. But I just think that they are just adorable. Her workmanship is just superb. So I wanted to put these out here and show them just in case any of you guys would like to. You always ask me if I sell my stuff, and I don't. But I have found a couple of people who would be willing. So please, go to their Instagram and check them out. And if you would like something, feel free to order up, I would imagine, or contact them via private message on Instagram there. So I did want to mention that. Okay, so back to my funky bow swag here. Here are the 4 ribbons that I'm going to use for this. As you all know, who watched my live or who watched my haul for this tree know I have a little scarecrow who's sitting in it. I have some pumpkins in it, and one of the elements of the fabric garland is orange and white gingham. So I'm going to be using these 4 ribbons. Like I said, I want a 16 loop funky bow. So it's going to be a pretty good size funky bow. Hopefully it won't be too heavy for this little tree. But of course, as I always like my bows to do, I wanted to make a big statement on that tree. So I'm never afraid to go big with my bows. So I'm going to do my cutting now. Let me cut 4 of these, and I will show you how I do my my dovetail. I'm going to need to, since I want a 16 loop funky bow, I'm going to need 4 strips of ribbon of each pattern. And I'll tell you the truth, I'm going to make 2, I'm going to do it a little differently this time. I'm going to make it a multiple tail length looped bow too, if that makes sense. So I'm going to cut 2 of my strips at 26 inches, and I'm going to cut the other 2 at 20 inches. So 2 at 26, which will give me 8-inch tails and a 5-inch loop, and 2 at 20 inches, which will give me 2 5-inch tails and a 10-inch loop, or a 5-inch loop. Meaning you go to 5 on the board, and then from 5 to 15 gives me 10 inches of ribbon that I pull together to make the 5-inch loop. And then of course that leaves another 5 inches. Let me cut the let me dovetail them here. Let me show you how I do that. And then I'm going to go on and cut all the ribbons the same. 2 at 26 inches and 2 strips at 20. How I dovetail is I fold the ribbon in half. I go to the edge and I cut up toward the fold. A lot of people start at the fold and cut down. You get the same result. Either way, you get a nice pretty dovetail on the end. And that's how I do it. So I will be back when I have all of my ribbon cut and dovetailed. And then we'll get to making this funky bow. Be right back. But I left. This is actually Saturday when I'm recording this, and Kristen came over and I took her to lunch, and she and I went out to do a little shopping and everything, and now our car has come in, so we're fixing to go over to the car dealership just to take a look at it. We can't take possession of it until Monday because the service department is closed and they can't do some stuff. But anyway, regardless, I'm ready to make up this bow now. Here we go. So this is one of the 26-inch long strips. And like I said, I want 8-inch tails, and then 8 to 18 gives me 10 inches to put together to give me another 8-inch tail on the other side. In reality, with all of these, all I need to do is fold it in half. And I'm going to automatically get the length tail that I want. So, also too, since this is an even numbered looped bow, I want to go all the way through the pattern once with the loop pointing in one direction. The first time through, up from center, which is my thumb. And then always go to the back tail and twist that back tail forward so that all of your right side are moving in the same direction. So let's go on to the next one. And I'm going to turn this way because I want all the scarecrows to sit up. I have them that way, they're going to be upside down. Not that some of them aren't going to be upside down some ways, but at least I can start them going in the right direction. All right. Next. And twist. And pumpkins I'm going to treat the same way as I did the scarecrows. And make sure when I put them on that they're pointed in the correct direction. I just love this ribbon. That is so pretty. Look at that. And twist. Here we go. Next time through, we're going to turn the loop down from center, meaning you point the loopy part of your loop down from center. And look, I turned it and the scarecrows are headed in the right direction. But they're all not going to go in the right direction. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't stress over it. Down from center. Next time through, we're going to turn the loop the other direction. I'm going to point it up in center. Scarecrow going the right direction. Twist. Up. Twist. And yes, I have a handful of ribbon right now. You can see that it's taking up all of my finger, my forefinger and my thumb. I've got it about as far out as I can get it, and I'm having to squeeze it pretty tight. So one more time through, hopefully I can get all these in. I'm gonna turn it down from center. Twist. 5-inch loop, turn it, get those scarecrows going in the right direction. Except for this one tail is not. 2 more. And yes, my hand is screaming at me and it caught my shirt. Look. And down. One more. Grab a pipe cleaner. I'm going to use just a khaki colored one. Go to the center of your pipe cleaner, lay it over beside your thumb, lift your thumb if you can, and twist or pull that pipe cleaner around to the back. Use the hand that you're holding the bow shut with as resistance, and get these 2 fingers up as close as you can to the back of the bow and twist. I twist the bow and the pipe cleaner. Some people just twist the bow. Some people just twist the pipe cleaner. There we go. The start of a funky bow. Then, of course, the next thing that I always say is to fluff, fluff, fluff. The most important part of making any funky bow, tiered bow, round bow, any kind of bow, is the fluffing. I'm also going to take some time on the back here to pull out some of these tails and make them a little bigger and separate them out. As you can see, some of the tails are longer, some of them are shorter. I don't know exactly if I will keep the longer ones long. We'll see how I can get it looking here with the fluffing. Getting there. As you can see, a funky bow especially does take a little bit of work and a little bit of patience. It just doesn't always just automatically become beautiful, you know, right away. You do need to work at it. You need to pull your loops where you want them. You need to get your hand all the way down in there. Go all the way down to where it's attached at the pipe cleaner. And make sure that that is as big as it can be. That is important. Okay. It's getting there, but I know I'm going to need to turn it over to add a swag to it. So I'm going to quit messing with it, and I will probably finish fluffing it when I get it on the tree, to be honest with you guys. Because I'll be able to manipulate the ribbons where I want them, the loops where I want them. But isn't that pretty? Look at that. Oh my goodness. Now, while I'm here, I'm going to set this aside just for a second. But while I'm working with the ribbon, I wanted to do a couple of more little tiny bows to hang on the tree, to tie with the pipe cleaner on the tree. And I just want to make a 2-loop, 2-tailed bow. And all I do with this, and the pumpkins are not going to be going in the right direction because they're on sideways. So, and the bow's going to hang like this, but that's okay. It's going to be on a tree and I can always tilt it. Anyway, to make a 2-loop, 2-tailed bow, you just make 1 loop coming towards you. Make sure that you leave a little overlap of ribbon. Then you're going to come down here and you're going to overlap that piece of material, and that gives me 2 loops, and you want them to be, you know, similar in size. And then you just give it a twist and turn it kind of around your forefinger, around itself, and that gives you your center loop, and pinch it and pull it in. Then twist it and pull it right up like that. Did you see what I did? I put my hand on the back side of the ribbon and twisted it and pulled it up underneath. Actually, I might make it a 3-tailed bow. Just take your pipe cleaner and feed it through the center loop. And down through that loop and around and tie it together. Now, if I wanted, where's my scissors? Okay. My scissors, oh, I know where they are. They're over on the table. Okay, so now if I wanted 3 loops, I would just leave this a little bit longer. I think I just want 2. So I am going to cut this short. And then I cut this right in half. And that gives me a 2-loop, 2-tailed bow. And I do want to go ahead and do a dovetail on these tails. And I'm going to do a few of these in the different materials. And that way I can just tie these on the tree as a little ornament to bring in a bit of the funky bow, you know. So I'll work on that. Chris and I are going to run over and look at our new car. So I'm going to finish this when we get back. So I'll be back in a little bit. Okie dokie, let's do another one now. I have had 1.5 days here. I started doing this video this morning and it is now 6:21 in the evening, and I keep getting distracted and going to do other things, and if I'm honest, I've been struggling with a migraine all day, so I have been sitting for the last couple of hours trying to get my head to stop hurting. I am determined to finish this today. So here I am making another 2-loop, 2-tailed bow. Again, making 2 loops and then turning that center around on itself. And then I'm going to come back here to the back again and twist up and pinch it together. And another pipe cleaner. And I'm not going to do a ton of these, just maybe one of each ribbon, you know, and I don't have a lot of room left on the tree, to be honest with you. Got lots of space taken up by other stuff. So I thought it would be cute to add just a few of these little bows here and there. There we go. And let's see, let's do an orange one. One more time. This is how you start one of those tiered bows. You know, you guys saw me do that bow extravaganza a couple weeks ago. And turn around that finger and pinch underneath. And go behind and bring it up. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, see if I have enough to make one out of this. I don't think I do. You see what I can get out of this. I did tie a piece of this around the scarecrow's ankle, so I don't think I'm gonna. I'll tell you what I am gonna do though. I'm gonna run back by. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about this. I don't think. We are not gonna worry about that. All right, so let's do a bit of a swag for. I don't have hardly any of this left either. I'm going to go by Joann's and get me some more of these too, though, because I know I'm going to want to utilize both the gingham and the scarecrows again. So I'm hoping that they haven't sold out of all of them. Tomorrow I'm going to go pick some up. Okay, now let's see what we can do for a little bit of a swag here. You know, my friend, the tie wraps are going to be brought into play here. And I'm going to put the swag together before I attach it to the bow. So let me turn it over here, and I'm just going to build it, you guys. It's not going to be anything elaborate, but I am going to build it a little bit at a time. I did find some of these too, and I have some of these in the tree.
I forgot to haul these in my live or in the video where I was showing what I bought. I had purchased these the other day. So, but I kind of want to put these, kind of want to layer it out like that. So you can see I've got the kind of the flouncy yellow and orange, and then I've got the big berries down a little further, and then I've got this pick. I'm going to tie those together first. Then I want this and this. And this. And these three tied together. Now, I want to tie these two together, but I want to make sure they're far enough apart that the funky bow will fit inside, and that's about as far apart as I can get them. So I'm going to try this and see if it works. Now the thing is, though, I'm going to put a couple more tie wraps on this. I want to be able to bend it a little bit. So I'm going to reinforce it with some tie wraps right where the stems kind of meet at the bottom there. Just to try to hold this together all the way down the stems. See that? I would use these the correct direction, that would help. Because I want to get it on the tree, and then I'm going to want to bend it like that a little bit. So let me go ahead and tie the bow on it. I'm just going to use the pipe cleaner to tie this on. Turn it over, I'm going to smush that funky bow. But I'm going to lengthen this pipe cleaner, you guys, because this is what I'm going to use to tie it around the tree. Just probably not going to need but about that much more. Okay, now, you see that? Oops, that's a pretty little swag, funky bow swag. Now, I did think that I might like to put some of these up in the bow, but I don't think I am, because these are not going to have anything stuck in them, and I think I just want the bow just to speak for itself. And then, as you saw, I don't know whether you saw, I went to Hobby Lobby today, and look what I picked up. picked up a couple of little squirrels. So those little dudes are gonna go under the tree too. And just on those leaves for right now. And as I said, I'm gonna wait until I get all my decor done to see if I wanna do something else to the bottom underneath the tree. But for right now, I'm going to leave it just with the leaf garland, and I'm gonna set these two little dudes in there. So, okie dokie everyone, here we go with the final product. Now I realize that it is still a little bit light outside, and I'm gonna do my best with the videoing here, with this being right up by the window. Here's that Funky Bow swag. And then I stuck some more foliage underneath of it in there just to fill it out a little bit. And I have a lot of things in this little tree. There's my tag. I meant to turn that so that we could read it. But I have a ton of stuff in here. I went out to my garage and I grabbed a few more things. I went to Hobby Lobby and grabbed a few more of those picks and of these leaves because I wanted to fill them out. I didn't spend a lot more money, but I did get a few more things. And as you can see, I made a couple of more bows just to put here and there. I used every single ornament I bought except for the little scrolly pumpkin things. I did not use those. I didn't think it would look right on this tree. So I will use them somewhere else in my fall decor. And there are those little squirrels down there. I'll tell you the truth, Chris set that up down there because, ouch, when I bend over like that, whoo, the top of my head feels like it's gonna come flying off. Anyway, you can see she's got a little ankle bracelet on there, little Miss Scarecrow, and I gave her a sunflower to hold in her one hand, and then of course her basket with the corn came with her. And then we have the little pieces of corn and the leaves and the big clothespins and another little scarecrow. There is something stuck in pretty much every nook and cranny on this pretty little tree. I love this, you guys. This has been so much fun and so satisfying to do something like this from scratch and create it out of my own brain, you know, and bring it to fruition. Now, I'm not positive I'm done with the bottom of it yet. We're gonna see. As you can see, I'm still decorated for the patriotic here, and this looks a little bit odd. But I really wanted to get this done because I had the idea and I wanted to bring it to fruition. You all helped me with the idea. So how cute, huh? I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'll be back before some final words in just a second. I love it though. So cute. And when I get all this other decorated, oh yeah, I think it's gonna look really cute. All right, be right back.
Here I am. I decided I was gonna sit down to do my final words here, right in front of this pretty little tree. I'm telling you, I just adore this little thing. I really do. It is so cute, and I cannot wait to decorate it for every season, you know? I don't know where I'll put it for Christmas, but I'll find a place. Maybe I'll put it over by the ivy table for Christmas, but for fall, it's gonna go right here. But anyway, I just wanted to say that I hope that there's no one struggling or suffering with chronic pain or a catastrophic illness. And if you are, I hope that there's someone there with you who helps you get through each day feeling the very, very best that you can. I hope that there's nothing weighing on your mind or on your heart, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or where it should be. And remember, in crafting, there are no mistakes, only unique creations. Let your mind go wild, you guys. Follow your gut. Try something like this. I encourage you to try something new. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Honest to goodness. But I guess that's it for this one. So it has been a long day for me, honest to goodness. I wanted to get this done this morning, and I have worked on and off, as you guys have seen, throughout the day. And this evening, it is now 20 after 7. And it has finally come to fruition. Woohoo! I'm super happy with how it turned out. You know I couldn't get through this without saying that. But anyway, I keep y'all in my thoughts and prayers all the time and love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits, to bits. So I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.